this the October surprise, which is like Nintendo's third at this point? Because we have just got a new Switch 1 announcement. That's right, not Switch 2, Switch 1 in the form of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, as in a remaster of that game that came out almost 10 years ago now on the Wii U, which of course almost no one played, since almost no one had a Wii U. So this is really exciting for multiple reasons, not just because the core game is great, but also because it now comes with enhanced visuals, brand new story elements, and more according to Nintendo's press release. So you can speculate as to what that could be. Maybe UI enhancements, gameplay tweaks, who knows what, I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. So this is all coming out on March 20th, 2025, so not far away, and almost on the 10-year anniversary of the original game, which released on April 29th, 2015. So it's pretty fun that they're getting this in just in time for the 10th anniversary, which is a great way to celebrate one of the remaining Wii U games that hasn't come to Switch yet, or didn't get a direct sequel at least on Switch. So this is all pretty surprising and pretty exciting, and that's great. But I have some of the thoughts related to this, because I'm not a huge Xenoblade, I'm not the biggest Xenoblade fan, so I'll let people who know more about speak to that. But I think there are some interesting things to talk about here. One, the timing of all of this, I think, suggests to me we're not seeing Switch 2 this year. We are not seeing Switch 2. Lock it in! We're not seeing it, because if we did see it this year, that would suggest an earlier in the year release date, about probably 6 months from now, I would say. Mirroring the Switch 1 announcement and release. And with this game coming out on March 20th, I don't think we're seeing Switch 2. Unless there's like some secret Switch 2 features here, maybe it has Switch 2 enhancements, but they're not teasing that, and I don't think they would have announced this game had it been built with that in mind. So I don't think we're seeing Switch 2 this year. Lock it in, that's what I'm thinking. We may see the announcement around the time of this game's release, whether a few weeks before or a few weeks after, but again, I don't think we're seeing it this year, and furthermore, I think this now suggests a later in the year release date now for Switch 2. Either middle of the year or toward the end of the year. I think a late year release is possible now. It could be a full year away at this rate. I wouldn't bet on that necessarily, but it won't be, I don't think, as early in the year. Now, I could be totally off base. Maybe I'm looking too deep into things, but with what we now know of the Switch's lineup being, Brothership coming out next month, which doesn't mean a whole lot, but then we have Donkey Kong Country not long after. We know Pokemon Legend Z to A, Metroid Prime 4, and now Xenoblade Chronicles X. Definitive Edition, we have a pretty strong slate already for Switch, even if we don't have all the specific release dates yet. Like, they're clearly still supporting this platform, and again, I don't know if we'd see this level of support and the timing of these announcements if Switch 2 were, relatively imminent. Now, beyond that, beyond my Switch 2 speculation, which again, maybe I'm off base, I thought it'd be fun to go over real quick what remaining Wii U games that are left, because this was, for many, the big game that was left, the one of the singular big Wii U experiences that we haven't gotten yet on Switch, either in the form of direct port or enhanced port, or a direct sequel like, Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3, or Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2 and 3, because yeah, 2 of them are on Switch already. So I want to go over some of the biggest games that I think that we could still possibly, or that we haven't seen yet. I don't know if we ever will, but here they are. So here are some of the biggest ones. First up, Nintendo Land. We probably will never see that again, considering you need multiple, screens to play, and it wouldn't be convenient on the platform that only has one screen. Now, if you have multiple Switches, it could work, but yeah, probably not going to happen, though I would love it to, but Nintendo Land is great. It's also one of the, most bespoke Wii U titles, which again is probably why we're not seeing it. Next, and this is a big one, Wind Waker HD along with Twilight Princess HD. Where are they at? They already had, even though they made amazing use of the gamepad screen, they also had basically single screen support because you could play it on the TV with a normal controller, and I want to know, where that's at. Where are those? Are they going to be Switch 2 titles in, 4K visuals perhaps? That's what I'm kind of thinking at this point. But who knows, with Xenoblade Chronicles X coming out now, anything's possible. Maybe we could get an announcement of one of those ports coming at some point in the near future. I would love to see it. Moving on. We have Yoshi's Woolly World. Again, we have Crafted World on Switch, no Woolly World. Where's that at? That one even got a 3DS port, so seems like it would be a pretty, a good fit for the platform. And this one wasn't in the top 20, which is what I took, top 20 sales, which is what I looked at for most of the games here. But another big one that we haven't seen yet is Kirby's Canvas Curse. Or Kirby's Rainbow Curse, rather, on Wii U. And again, I don't think we'll see that, considering it really depended on the gamepad screen. You could play it entirely on the Switch screen in handheld form, since you need that touchscreen support. But for that reason, I don't think we'll see it, because it doesn't play well docked. So that's what's remaining in the Wii U roster that I could pick up quickly. And, and as I said, I think this is actually one of the last big games left. aside from maybe the Zeldas, because everything else, you know, I don't think they're essential. But I think the Zeldas, those will get ported to either Switch 1 or Switch 2 at some point. Now, beyond this though, beyond Switch 2, beyond the remaining Wii U games, it also got me thinking as to what this means for Nintendo Direct. And I'm starting to think we're not going to have one soon, because this would have been part of it, right? So are we going to go the rest of the year without another Direct? I think it's possible. I think what will happen now at this point is we'll get possibly an early in the year Nintendo Direct, in which we will see more of this game, more of Donkey Kong, probably another Switch announcement or two, and that may still precede a Switch 2 announcement. I think they have enough gas in the tank left to keep supporting Switch 1, and you know, before Switch 2 even has to be announced. We'll see though. You know, again, maybe I'm off base. I'm more confident in my Switch 2 opinions than I am of my Direct timing opinions. But that's it. That's just all the related topics I can think of about this. But yeah, what do you think? Are you excited for Xenoblade Chronicles X? Was this a huge surprise to you? Let us know in the comments below what you think of this so far, and are you going to pick it up yourself? I'm curious to check it out. I never played the original too much, so this might be my chance to play it, especially because it doesn't really require having knowledge of the rest of the series, which is right up my alley. Anyways, everyone, thanks for watching. With that, we'll catch you later. Bye.